My name is Brandon and welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see in here, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button so you stay notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, let's get straight on with today's video. Hey everyone and welcome to another review. So this is episode 11 of The Traitors. So we literally only have one episode left and then we find out who the winner is. So as of speaking now, there are only 5 people left in the game. But when we started this episode, we had 7, so I'm just going to quickly go through how we went from 7 to 5. So at the beginning of episode 11, like we saw, Wilfred had the option to recruit another traitor to his team, or if that person was to not agree to become a traitor, they would remove themselves from the game. So Wilfred offered Kieran that opportunity, and they had that opportunity to meet face to face. So as soon as Wilfred took his cape off, Kieran said he knew it. He basically was offered by Wilfred to join the team as one of the traitors, and Wilfred basically said to him that between the two of them, they think that they could take the money together. Kieran was kind of not sure what he wanted to do, but he said that he now has an opportunity here. Let's play the game and have some fun, adding that he would rather be in the game than not in the game. And therefore the two of them had to decide out of one of the other 5 who they were going to obviously murder. So they were either going to take out Hannah, Maddie, Andrea, Aaron or Meryl. Wilfred explained to Kieran that his plan from the beginning was to take out the strong people, or people who kind of started working things out, to obviously, get everyone else confused, and that they couldn't share their intel with anybody else. Kieran basically saying to him that he would rather be a traitor than dead, basically, so he's glad that he's still in the game. In the end, they decided between the 3 girls, Meryl, Andrea and Maddie. Obviously, coming back for breakfast, just before, Kieran said to the camera that he knows Wilfred has already killed his 2 fellow traitors, so hopefully he feels like he can now trust him. Hannah and Wilfred came in for breakfast first. Hannah quickly questioned whether Wilfred trusts Kieran, obviously not knowing that he's now recruited him as a traitor. Wilfred said that he trusts Hannah, Kieran and Meryl, which kind of leaves Aaron and Maddie out in the open, so maybe Hannah would turn against one of the 2 of them. Kieran and Maddie walked in. Maddie said that she still loves Amanda, even though she knew she was a traitor. And then obviously Aaron and Meryl walked in, and then everyone realised that Andrea had been murdered. The reason that Wilfred and Kieran got rid of her is because they realised Andrea could win if she stayed in, and she on her own would be able to potentially get to the end. So there are obviously 6 people left in the game. Andrea said, obviously at her age, being able to get involved with these sorts of opportunities is incredible. You have to have a go at something. You can always try your best, and you can always have personally succeeded in whatever you do. So that's always quite a nice thing to, I guess, know that you can put your 100% into everything. You may not necessarily win everything or come first in everything or do everything well, but at least you know personally you've done the best that you can do. Hannah quickly went over to Kieran to say that he looked upset, but also adding that he smelled quite nice. Kieran said that he didn't trust anyone, so not even Wilfred. So I'm not sure where that kind of friendship or allyship is going to go. And then Claudia came in, obviously holding the photo frame of Andrea, of the latest person to be removed from the game, and questioned everyone, saying, how much do you trust each other? Think about that for the next mission. In the mission, Maddie said to Aaron that she doesn't think it's him, and that she was really, really sorry. Aaron said that he got upset on one particular occasion, and that's kind of where everyone started pointing fingers at him. Maddie then said actually it potentially could be Wilfred or Meryl. Aaron added also that it has to be a guy, so either Kieran or Wilfred, but he doesn't think it's Kieran, so obviously Wilfred. And Aaron basically said to Wilfred that he is still in the game because of Maddie, for keeping him in previously. So, and now Maddie potentially doesn't trust him. So again, it's that Maddie's starting to work stuff out, so will they now target her? Maddie had a chat with Hannah and Meryl. Maddie said to the girls, it's definitely Wilfred. Hannah said that there was no chance of that. And Maddie said that Kieran couldn't be a traitor, with Wilfred saying it was another man and not him. Again, putting the blame back over to Aaron and Kieran. I think as of now, all of the guys seem to be going against each other. So yeah, if the girls all team up and all 3 of them go for the same person, they can get out whoever they want to get out, no matter who the boys vote for. Wilfred quickly pulled Kieran for a chat, saying that Meryl and Hannah both thought that Kieran was potentially a traitor. Kieran obviously said to Wilfred that he also heard him dropping Kieran's name, so was kind of a bit suspicious, and he said he kind of just had to get involved in the conversation to not seem suspicious, but he didn't say that Kieran was, so someone's obviously twisting the conversation. And Kieran basically said to Wilfred that he probably didn't really seem to trust him because obviously he's turned on both the other traitors, with Kieran saying that his game plan at the moment is just purely to survive. And then the next game was obviously to play another team game, so there were only 6 of them left. So I think that's the thing, the less and less the people there were in the game, the more difficult the challenges were, because there was less people there to help, less people there to potentially move potential items, and also less people that you could try and suss out to see who's traitors or not, because they've already built that friendship, and by this point the faithfuls had already developed their faithful friendships as well. So this game was to cross the river by walking over a bridge. The only thing is they were blindfolded, and each of the 6 of them had to choose which money value they wanted to go for, retrieve the bag, and just simply walk from one end to the other end, cross a white line, and then that money would be added to the prize pot. So Kieran attempted to get 1,000, Hannah attempted to get 1,250. Neither of them managed to cross, they both actually fell off the bridge. Meryl, slowly but surely, added 500 to the pot. Maddie again managed to get £750 added to the pot. Wilfred tried 1,500, also slipped only slightly near the end, so he was very, very close. And Aaron actually managed to get a 2,000 value bag added to the prize pot, so that was another 3,250 on top of the other however many thousands they'd already won. I haven't added that up, so you're gonna have to look for that yourself. So Hannah, Meryl, Wilfred all had a quick discussion in the car on the way back. I think initiated by Hannah, all decided that the 3 of them should vote for Aaron, just purely because his name had been brought up before, and because of the situations in the previous round tables that he was kind of on everyone's radar. Kieran basically had a chat with Maddie and Aaron, and I think both Maddie and Aaron had said that Wilfred was going to vote for Kieran. So Kieran, after having that chat, said, well, if he's going to vote for me, then it's me against him. We're obviously traitors going against each other. Not surprising, because he's already blindsided 2 of them. So Hannah, Meryl, Maddie also had a quick girls chat. Meryl, I think, kind of asked, well, I think both Hannah and Meryl asked Maddie whether she was going to vote for Aaron or Kieran. She said neither, she was just going to stick with Wilfred, and Hannah basically said that she was wasting her vote because Wilfred is definitely not a traitor. Hannah basically saying that it's going to have to come down to Aaron or Kieran, and Maddie explained that no one was listening to her theory. So I think when she goes out and is seen as faithful, or when he goes out and is seen as traitor, they will have known that they should have listened to Maddie a lot earlier on in the game, because she has said the same thing multiple times, and I think it's one of the only theories that they haven't actually followed through with, so they don't know if she's actually a faithful or not, and they don't actually know if he's a traitor or not, but they're both still in the game. Wilfred said he was a little bit worried about Kieran mentioning his name, and Kieran also added to the camera saying he thinks Wilfred is out for being number 1, so he will literally do anything to get to the end. And obviously I think for both of them it's quite important to win, because obviously they've both got families, so I think for both of them to win it would be a good thing, but at the same time if they're going to worry about taking each other out, they may both get found out, or again, one of the 2 of them will be left on their own as a traitor. Aaron basically had a quick chat with Maddie, saying to her that she needed to fight her corner a little bit more, because she was quite quiet, she wasn't as defensive as normal, so she kind of, people were attacking her and she wasn't defending herself, she was kind of sitting there taking it in. And then we found out that the total prize pot was 81,050 as of now. I think actually, yeah, Maddie explained to Aaron what Meryl had said to her, giving her these 2 options, and yeah, she basically said to him she wasn't going to go for either of those. So I hope that meant Aaron wasn't going to go for Maddie, and I hope that meant Maddie wasn't going to go for Meryl, but we'll see what happens. And then, yeah, as we got to I think this was the penultimate last round table, I think there was one more after this that was announced by Claudia, but here she questioned saying who is not being quite who they say they are, who's obviously not telling the truth, and obviously who would they like to take with them through to the final, whether traitor or faithful, just kind of based on personality, gameplay, whatever, hoping obviously to take faithfuls through. Aaron went straight for Meryl, saying that she kind of said to Maddie she should vote for either Aaron or Kieran, rather than letting people vote for whoever they want to vote for, so she kind of put Meryl on the spot. Kieran also adding that, yeah, he seemed like she was kind of changing her ways in terms of telling people which way to vote. Maddie said she was upset because obviously, I think right at the beginning, she had ideas that Wilfred was a traitor, and as soon as she pointed the finger at him, again, like with Alyssa, he deflected and then put the vote back to Maddie, saying, actually, I think you're a traitor now. So Maddie kind of just said, yeah, I've called your name, so you're just going to call my name back out, with obviously no evidence. 4 out of the 6 people voted for Maddie. So obviously Kieran and Maddie both voted for Meryl. Everyone else voted for Maddie. She was out. She was revealed as a faithful. Again, a little bit upset when she left. Everyone again was kind of shocked. Maddie said that money comes and goes in life, so when she had the opportunity to take that 3,000, she didn't want to, because she treasured the experience that she'd had so far in the game. She wanted to continue making friendships, and yeah, that's why she wanted to stay in the game. Hannah said that she couldn't believe that they'd done it again. Aaron obviously used quite a colourful word, obviously explaining that the situation was not good. And then, yeah, we had the final 5. So Claudia actually had a surprise for the final 5, which all of them thought was something bad. It actually turned out that they all got some champagne, they got to have a quick chat for a little bit, and then obviously Claudia came over to announce the news for the final episode of the show, which again, haven't seen as of now. And the final mission that they needed to complete was actually a mission to end all missions. So they said there'd be one round table, so they would all vote out someone, obviously leaving 4, and then with the final 4, they would then decide how the game would end. So if they think there's no traitors left, they can end the game. If they still think there's a traitor left, they have to in some way get rid of the traitors until they go, right, actually, we don't think there's any more traitors left. So it's obviously going to be one of those revolving games that you can keep going, and it knocks people out gradually until you're like, well, actually, I think we're the good ones. I think we're all the not traitors. So that would be quite interesting. And then as soon as that was announced, Aaron said that obviously someone was lying because they're all cheersing and having champagne. There was obviously not going to be a murder that night, so everyone was going to have a good night's sleep, but there was still at least 1 traitor lurking, and now we know 2. And then Wilfred at the end of the episode said he was going to go with the bro code all the way, but he now doesn't trust Kieran because he's heard at least a rumour that Kieran's mentioned his name. Obviously he's then mentioned Kieran's name as well. So he said he's got 2 different ways he can play this game. He can either play it with his good mind, or he can play it with his bad mind, and he hasn't decided which one he wants to go for. So yeah, as of now we have 5 people left. We have Meryl. She obviously is a faithful. She has been quite good in the game. She has been very vocal, but she's had to defend herself quite a lot, especially against people like Maddie. Again, Wilfred is a traitor. He's played the game very, very well so far. He has been there from the beginning. Like I said, he has taken out both of the other traitors. So whether he will go against Kieran or actually have this bro code with Kieran, like I said, whether he has his good gameplay or bad gameplay, not too sure, but he has played an incredible game so far. Hannah, again, also been very, very vocal, also faithful. I think she's done very well because she's not really stuck with a specific person or team. She's kind of been a social butterfly, talking to everyone, being friendly, sticking up for herself, sticking up for the good people, and I think she's actually kind of been in little friendship groups with at least one or some of the traitors, because I know she's quite close to Kieran and Wilfred, so that's probably why they've kept her in, because they want to keep her until they don't need her anymore, but they've obviously kept her in thus far, so they obviously need her to stay. Kieran, again, he kind of went out when there was 22 people, was put to the side for a few days, has come back after so many different murders and so many different challenges and things, and he's kind of now been recruited as a traitor. So yeah, he started as a faithful, and now he's now playing on the other side that Alex rejected, so the traitor vibe. Again, I think he's a little bit too emotional, especially what Wilfred said, that he wasn't able to control his emotions enough. So yeah, I'm not sure if Wilfred will turn against him or silently Kieran will turn against Wilfred. I'm not too sure. But again, they don't want to do that in the final game, because if they both go out, the traitors will not win. And if at least one of them goes out, then that's bro code lost anyway, because at least one of them won't win the money. And then obviously Aaron, again, the other faithful, the only guy who's not a traitor. Aaron's had a bit of a difficult journey. He had a group of 4 at the beginning. I remember it was him, Matt, Tom and Alex before that whole situation spiraled out of control. Then obviously he was quite close with Amanda and also quite close with Andrea. Again, both of those ladies are out as well. Amanda being a traitor, remember. So he's kind of not really had anyone on side. And then he was kind of getting close to Maddie, but she's just been removed from the round table game. So yeah, he's kind of now on his own, and he has kind of been on his own the whole way through, minus the Amanda situation, because that's not really I wouldn't really call that a proper friendship or gameship. But yeah, they are the final 5. So it will be quite interesting to see who wins, how they win, and how many of them win as well. So Meryl, Wilfred, Hannah, Kieran and Aaron. We'll see you for episode 12. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very, very soon for the final episode. And then yeah, enjoy the rest of your afternoons, evenings or mornings, and I'll be back very, very shortly. Have a good one. Bye-bye.